Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the second ever Travis and Taylor Told You. My name is Travis Snell, Clownprince Podcast, and I'm joined by
My favorite customer, Taylor Field.
my favorite customer. What is that from?
Isn't that Carl Weathers? Oh,
We
my
used to my
favorite
favorite man.
customer.
No, it was my favorite Mandalorian, wasn't it? My
Well,
favorite
but
bounty
I thought
hunter.
we joked and turned it in like customer or something like that.
Well, kind of. It's like the what is it? The Turbo Man. Like, don't forget, you're my number one customer.
Yes.
But yeah, the story of this is so funny enough. I would have like perfect. Trash told you is live Monday and Wednesdays, 12:30 p.m. PST. That might change the next couple weeks because obviously this week it changed, and then next week for Smasher Machine as well. Might do the Friday because I'll probably see it on the Thursday. But funny enough, Mandalorian dropped the Monday, so I'm like, oh, perfect. Obviously, lots of stuff happened. I'll talk about that probably on tomorrow's episode. Travis told you just some delays and whatnot. So either way, if I was doing Travis Told You on Monday, would have just done it. But before or after, I was like, well, if I do it at some point, I would like to make sure that Mr. Field is around because Mr. Star Wars himself probably has a few things to say. And now we're just doing a mini-sode here because I got lots of news share or like saved up for Travis Told You tomorrow. I got Harry Potter news. I got Dexter news. I got lots of Spider-Man rumors. They cast Tombstone today, so check out that's a little preview for that. And yeah, the reason this is happening as well too, because we thought Gen V was going to be live for us, but I guess I've changed it to midnight our time, so we'll be reviewing that tomorrow along with Marvel Zombies. So look out for that. But yeah, no, usually do, but I've talked about this a few times. Travis told you, Sid just has some breathing issues, so she had to go back to the hospital get that checked out. Had pneumonia again, so I'll do the long form of it tomorrow if I got some time. But everything's all right. She's okay. She's got an inhaler that she fucking hates now, but that is life, and luckily she's doing okay. So that's why I got some stuff built up to talk. And then yeah, we just did Alien Earth. What is it? Alien Earth. I got to make sure that Kirkland did the right upload here as I'm talking about that because. Let's see. Did he do it right? He did it. He did do it right. Okay. Well, we'll see the
Nice.
description though. Did he do that right? He did do that right. Okay, so he figured it out. But yeah, Alien Earth is there. Gen V, Marvel Zombies, Peacemaker, all the reviews we got going on. We got Side Quest, we got Travis Told You. Like I said, I'll probably be reviewing one battle after another and Smash Machine the next couple episodes. And yeah, lots of just good stuff. Retros, lots of exclusive retros. Tron retros are for the Patreon producers right now, but soon they'll be dropping for the Phase 2 and up. We got Running Man come out. We got White Man Can't Jump. We got Christmas. We got tons of stuff happening. But yes, Mr. Field, what did you think? I feel like this is a very much like everything with Star Wars. Everything you know is down below. But much like everything with Star Wars, I feel like there's two things that kind of surprise me about this before we bring up the trailers. One, not surprise me, I guess. The one that didn't surprise me is I feel like it's divided. I feel like there's people excited for it and a lot of people that are like, oh man, this is not great, not a great introduction. I, I guess I'll share some of my thoughts later, like more in depth. But the other thing I will say that I was not surprised about, but now I feel better about my pizza bet. And maybe you're definitely more on the positive side of me, but I don't know if you can feel it or where your groups are. Maybe you'll tell me otherwise. But I feel like there's like a lack of hype for this trailer when it came out. I feel like the way when I think about all the other movies, even when we had Solo and that had a Super Bowl spot like that. Those felt so big, and it felt like an event. Oh, a Stars movie. Cass is going Good Morning America. It's gonna be tied to Super Bowl. It's gonna be celebration. Like it felt like a big deal, and this just dropping randomly. Obviously, there's some other news that like that's probably why they dropped it. But I'll say that they should have still held on because I'll say the role of this felt very anticlimactic. Just kind of like, oh, here it is. Like this feels like if we were getting another season of the show would make sense because it's for a movie, the first Star Wars movie in 6 or 7 years at that point. I just feel like there's just kind of like, all right. And I'm not saying that's about Star Wars per se, because I hopefully with Starfighter that'll be a bigger hoopla. But I just feel like Star Wars probably deserves a little bit more. So what have you felt since the release of this before we actually talk about said trailer?
Well, I mean, for me, the release has just been it's been hype. There's been a lot of things in here that rumors and whatnot that's been drawing me in and had me really, really excited, certain things. And I think that's because I'm a little bit biased and I'm a little bit more particular when it comes to um, certain Clone Wars things. So when we get into this trailer and it just kind of feels like it's got a lot of that, there's a lot of other things in here that I don't recognize. And I was Googling, I was thinking, okay, like what exactly is all this stuff? And people are like, oh, this is from like a Legends thing. This is from something else that's like, canon or whatever. It's like, okay, so there's a few other
Are
things
they
in
sure
here
it's
that
canon?
apparently, because I would Google it, it'd be like, oh, this alien that I've never seen before. It's like, oh, this is apparently a race that's apparently from Utapau from Revenge of the Sith and all these other things. Like, holy shit, okay, so there's some deep cuts in here, even that stuff that I'm not familiar with as a Star Wars fan. But that being said, yes, there are some real world implications right now that has put Disney up at the chopping block, and it's preemptively made them announce some things, including this trailer. And I was kind of hoping that we get this trailer a long time ago because I remember it was a while ago that a preview leaked, and then
Yeah,
we
I'll bring
got
up the trailer. Oh wait, sorry, wrong thing. Sorry.
we got another one. That I felt like they showed it because it leaked, and I felt like there were two instances where they showed it. They showed it once, and then they showed it again at Star Wars Celebration.
They have shown a version of this trailer. This is apparently people that saw that trailer. Like, even IGN, Taylor, this trailer's not even at 1 million views. That's crazy.
I think a
That's
lot of people are probably just not like it's just because it came out of nowhere. Like a trailer like this, you want to drop it with something. Every other Star Wars trailer has come out during a major event, I would say, right?
that's well, that's what I was saying. There's usually some build up to it, but
Yeah.
I'd still say if tomorrow they drop the Avengers Doomsday trailer, that thing's breaking 1 million IGN. You know, like
I would say
first Star
yes,
Wars
but
movie in
for Star
7 years,
Wars though,
6 years.
all these other Star Wars trailers. Even I remember even like when Rogue One was about to be dropped in the trailer. I remember all that whole weekend. It was like, oh, Monday incoming the Star Wars trailer for Rogue
Yeah.
One. It's like, oh shit! So they preemptively set that build up for this. No, there was nothing. It was just rumors
They could have
and
done that though.
whispers.
They could have like if it was rumors and whispers that it wasn't like the stuff that because like supposedly like it's not even get political, but supposedly they came out last week that hey when all the Kimmel stuff went down, they're gonna drop a bunch of news. They dropped the Muppet Show news, they dropped Daredevil, and then there was rumors we're gonna drop Jimmy Kimmel, but or no, they did drop him for a week. They were gonna drop Mandalorian, but the thing was when that happened, we didn't get it for that week, and then the rumor was, oh, it's gonna be on Monday. So it's like if they thought about it, like, hey, we're dropping on the Monday. Why not? Like, they got Star Wars Twitter accounts. Why not just Friday, Saturday, Sunday? You post a screenshot from the trailer, and that just builds up a little more hype. Just something to you don't even have to officially say it's Mandalorian trailer, but just have people guessing what's happening. Like it. That's what I mean. Like that just felt like I did 1 million times more promotion for check out Extra Life November 8th. I got to make sure that date is I got to start pimping that out now. We will start this week. I should on Alien Earth. Yeah, November 8th is Extra Life, and even for GeekVerse Day I feel like I did more promotion than what this trailer got. And we're not $1 billion corporation, Taylor. We're just a
No, and
couple
that's true.
people.
Like it's you make your own content, right? Like that's what they're
Yeah.
doing. They're creative content creators and all that kind of stuff. So why they didn't just pump up their content and get everyone like stoked for it, I don't know. It seems very redundant. It's a missed opportunity because yeah, it's those are low hits for a trailer viewing. That's for damn sure. But I don't think it's gonna. Well, we broke it down in the Discord. Go join the Discord, check it out. And I can realistically probably like realistically would see it as what we discussed, that Jurassic World Rebirth, that 800 million mark. I want to believe it'll hit 1 billion, but when you talk about movie ticket prices and the families and all that kind of stuff, there's a lot of realistic kind of perspective added to that because movie tickets are expensive. I
Oh
do
yeah.
think kids are going to absolutely push the parents to go see this. I think that's a big thing because, like, especially when the parents see,
Yeah.
like, oh, you got Grogu running around, little baby Yoda, and you got Mando, like, oh, the kids are gonna love this kind of a
And
thing.
know
I
what
think
they'll
that's gonna be a
say?
huge sell.
No, you know what they'll say? They'll say, "Hey, give me that remote. Hit the Disney Plus button. Boom, here you go." Because my counter
That works on
argument,
the little kids. That works on the little kids. But when kid
yeah,
is like 8 years old, 9 years old, they know it's a new movie. They know, and they're gonna be fucking screaming and pushing
yeah.
for that.
If that's what they want to see the most, like we brought, I brought with you that because I think you and Sam Green, who just joined Patreon and Discord, so thank you, Sam Green, one of our producers here. Um, I think to me, it's the thing of there's a lot of kids stuff out next year, right? Like I
But well, how do you defer and define that kid mentality where this kid's like, okay, Toy Story, or are you going to see Mando and Grogu? Because I feel like those, yes, they're
um
both like kids, for sure can see both, but I feel like one is much more the cool older kind of kid, and one's like more the toddler young little kid.
I think unfortunately Star Wars is not the cool older kid thing anymore. I think it's kind of like what we talked about with Superman and Fantastic Four versus Jurassic World. That's more kid oriented, but still at the end of the day, what are kids going to choose more? They chose to see dinosaurs. Like I love dinosaurs. I don't because to me
I
this
think Star
trailer
Wars is that. It's like, oh, they're gonna
no
see aliens and the
no
cool guy with like the armor, right?
no Star Wars is not cool right now. Like, you got Mandalorian.
For
You got
you, but I think the
no,
kids are into it.
but that's what you're okay. No, now you're saying like what are you defining as age of kids? Because you were talking about like 8 to 10. To me,
Eight
that's
to ten, yeah.
so that's where I don't think this is cool. I think this is cool on the 3 to 8 spectrum. But the problem is in the 3 to 8 spectrum, I think there's more people that like this is what the craziest thing was. We saw Revenge of the Sith, and we've been watching the other ones. When I showed Logan this trailer yesterday, she goes, "Oh, I don't want to see that." I go, well, you like the other Star Wars stuff? She's like, yeah, I don't know. And she's like,
Yeah, but you're probably manipulating a little
Nope,
bit
I
like,
say
oh,
nothing.
this trailer looks
Nope,
terrible.
I say nothing. Same thing. My kids think I liked Minecraft movie. Like, oh yeah, that was tons of fun. I don't want them to think negatively about stuff. And then Logan's like, well, Mom won't see that. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, she hates Star Wars. I'm like, Mom's watching all
Oh,
the
so
Star Wars.
Emily is the one
No,
bad.
no. It was some weird Logan narrative because I'm like, Mom's watching all the Star Wars stuff with us right now. Sure, we're being Star Wars for Halloween. She's like, oh, I don't know. Like it didn't like intrigue her as much, and that's like she's 6 now. So I the same thing to me. That's the thing where for the let's say 8 because what is a pre 13? So I'd say a preteen. Let's say is 8 to 12. I don't think Star Wars is the cool thing. I think it is something like whatever Minecraft is. I don't know what that is. We'd have to look on the calendar. So for me then, if you're going from like the 5 to 8, I think they're gonna pick Mario for sure over that. I think they're gonna pick Toy Story because Toy Story is something that doesn't matter that for us like 4 is meh. That runs the gamut. They're always doing Disney Plus shorts and like they keep fueling Toy Story for multiple generations. There was some other. Let me see. The other thing is I think this is still a younger demographic, but like Minions is going to be picked over. Like I think if I showed maybe not Gwen, because Gwen now she's right on the cusp, so she's 8. So that's where like she might pick that, but she's starting to like more adult stuff. But the same things, like I think if you were to put it like, hey, would you rather go see? That's like there's another one, Moana. If I say, hey, do you want to see live action Moana or the Grogu one? Moana's going to get it. I'm not saying Mandalorian is going to be a bomb or anything like that, but I do think now it's going to be a little lower with the lack of hype and how many family movies there are out next year because people got to save money. That's the thing that happened this year where certain family movies just like did really well and then some did all right, like a Snow White, right? Where Snow White is in that same boat where it's just not cool anymore. It's not for a certain demo. Maybe I'm wrong, but I I don't know if Star Wars is cool right now. I don't think it is.
We'd have to. I wonder if there's some way to like figure that out. Do like
Well, next year
a
when
poll
we
or
see how it
something.
does. But, you can put in the Discord. Is it like I don't know how you'd word that, but Superman Mike says feels like Lucasfilm is already ready to move on to Starfire, their big hope. This is like an afterthought. That's the way it feels. And again, don't forget, this is like Moana 2. This was supposed to be on Disney Plus. This is just the episodes chopped up, put into a movie, and it feels like that. We're gonna get that visually. It feels like that to me. Where Mandalorian still times looks really good for a TV show. Don't get me wrong, but I think we talk about multiple times it misses that cinematic thing. Like I'd put almost any of the Disney. I have not seen Solo more than once and a half, so I can't speak to that. But the sequel trilogy, gorgeous movies. Rogue One, gorgeous movie. So like those movies, like the Disney Plus shows hold nothing to that, so that's where it's tough. But yeah, we'll find out like next year. It's gonna be the thing. But yeah, I feel like you feel less confident on you and Dylan's pizza bet, right? As far as it making $1 billion now.
I still feel like there's a good chance. And again, like you have you got a lot of Disney Plus content, you really do, but the big kicker at the end of the day here is Star Wars hasn't been on the big screen for 7 years by the time that movie comes out. That's or was it 6 years?
But
No,
I
guess
still
it'll be 7.
it'll be 7 when this comes out. Yeah, and that could help. Or if this doesn't do well, then to me it's gonna go that you should have not led with this because the first movie back is very important. Like I said, we're gonna find out too, just people that I just feel like there's tons of people that will choose to just wait for streaming because they're already conditioned to watch Mandalorian and Grogu at home. They'll be, yeah, I'll wait till home. I'll watch it there because there's tons of stuff, right? There's tons of people that did that with
There
F4.
is, but you've got a lot of people did that with F4.
Yeah.
Really?
You had your friend when we saw Superman. Remember you were talking about Fantastic Four, and he was like, I'll see it streaming, right? Like that's what I mean. Like there's more people now, especially with streaming. So
Yes, and that's
Fantastic
not
Four, you can
because
watch
of
it
the
home right now.
That's you can watch it at home right now, but I don't see that as being like the movie being like a downer in itself. I think
No,
it's
but
just the
people are
state
picky.
of the world that they've created so far. The past few films, like Thunderbolts and
But you
stuff,
could say the same thing with Star Wars, Boba Fett, the last season of Mandalorian,
with the
Acolyte.
shows, absolutely. But
You
again,
can't say that, right? Skywalker, Last Jedi. You can't say there's a bunch of people that watch those and went, "Fuck these, I'm not
you
watching
can't.
these
But
anymore."
still, $1 billion movies, right?
Yeah,
So
but
especially
that.
after Last Jedi, still $1 billion movie, Rise of
But
Skywalker.
is this the last extinction moment where Rise of Skywalker came out and Last Jedi, and then Mandalorian and Grogu comes up? And I don't know. Like I said before, the Conjuring thing surprised me. That Demon Slayer, like there's tons of surprises. I still don't think this. I think I'm on the 700 million mark because when Mike said he thought of it more like Superman, I was like, you know what, I could see that. But I thought Jurassic World. We don't know how foreign's going to be because lots of movies have done well in the foreign, and well, actually, no, most of the big ones have not done as well. Jurassic World did, but tons of the other ones like Superman bombed there. So the same thing of like when this comes out in foreign markets, are they like, yay, Star Wars? They're like, we got our own space stuff. We don't need to see this, and that's what we can't predict either. The foreign markets, because obviously we don't live there, so we have no idea how they're reacting to this type of stuff, right?
Rise
So
of Skywalker made 561.8 million internationally. That's pretty good.
yeah,
I
but
know that's pre-COVID and all that.
well, yeah, but like look at what Aquaman 1 made internationally, and look at what Aquaman 2 made internationally. Like the problem is the international like box office. They're getting their own movies now. They have their own movies that we don't need to wait for Hollywood to feed us stuff. They're making like they got fucking Niza 2, biggest movie of the year. That's a I think movie from China or Japan, one of the others. So SPF says, but does it not being a sorry, but does it not being on the big screen for so long says that people just think it's small screen franchise, and that could be it because we got so much. That definitely hurt Marvel, right? The shows having so many on there. A lot of people like, I don't need to see it. So that's another thing that they did so much. I think it does help that. I don't think they're putting out. I don't count on animation. I don't think Ahsoka 2 is going to be out before this. I don't. Do you? And I feel like they'd be smarter not to put it out. I feel like it'd be smarter to wait.
I don't think you're gonna get any Star Wars aside from Vision Season 3 before this movie.
And maybe yeah, or like they got another Tales cooking some. Well, no, remember there's Darth Maul still. They got that going on.
The
so
Darth
you
Maul
could-
show's not coming out before Mando movie though. I think that's coming out after for sure.
And to me, at the same time, I know people might not let me say this. I don't think the animation matters. I think the people that look at lots of people, go, oh, that's a kids thing, and they don't think that affects the movie. So I don't think it would matter. So Mike says, also don't forget you're banking on the audience limited to those who made it through all 3 seasons of Mandalorian. And that could be the other thing, right? If there's people that dropped out after season 2, not even because they disliked it, just because they haven't seen it. If it's the homework thing, there's 2 things. Either, and could be helpful, if the Mandalorian movie is close and we start to see those seasons spike, that could work and that could do well. The same way like Peacemaker season 1 spiked and then season 2 happened. I don't know what the numbers are for 2 are, but the premiere and whatnot were big. So that I think will be a big indicator as well, Mike, where maybe people go, oh yeah, I should catch up on the show. I liked it. Or if it is like, that's too much for me, I'm not going to go that route, right? And that's what we'll see because there's very few. Like it's very limited the amount of TVs to movies, and I think some have been successful, some haven't. So, I can't remember the biggest one since we've been podcasting that was a TV show into a movie. Like I know there's like Downton Abbey, but they make those like very cheap, or like Peaky Blinders, like cheap stuff. Not cheap, but just like smaller budgets. So.
Yeah, well, I just did some basic math. This is it's not looking good. So, Mandalorian season 3, and this is very loose information. For the ease of access and the speed and expedited results here, I had AI help me out. The finale attracting 5.39 million viewers. For the Mando season 3.
Yeah, it was a big
Disney
drop
Plus.
From 2, wasn't it? We talked.
It's a big drop. So if you were to take 5 million viewers and times that by, let's say, $15 a ticket, you're sitting on 80 million. So it's looking rough right now for. But this isn't the prop. I don't think they base their projections on this kind of math.
Could you imagine? Just makes 80 million. Kathy Kennedy and fucking Filoni would be gone the next
They're
day.
both gone, yeah.
No, and again, you got to think about that too. That's where subs don't always work. Because like when I watched any of that stuff, there's also like 3 other people in the household, right? So because me and the girls will go see this. I don't know why Logan had that take because she likes Star Wars. There's some she likes more than other, but I was just surprised. I guess she just wasn't enamored. Like they like Grogu, this and that, I guess. And that's where we can pull up this trailer, right? I think that's the problem is the trailer. Hopefully the next one will have something because it says official trailer, not teaser. The next one needs like a hook. And again, I worry because supposedly the plot of this is just like a remake of that Clone Wars episode where like Rhoda the Hutt gets kidnapped and they gotta go get him back.
Which, in defense of this story, that's very obscure and not a lot of people. Like I saw that in theaters, and the theater was dead empty. But hardly anyone, I think, has
repeat of
has
history
tuned-
coming up
Well,
there. Rhoda history. Rhoda's
hardly-
not getting his time in the sun.
Hardly anyone knows about who the
No.
fuck Rhoda the Hutt
No,
is,
that's-
and so
no,
it's new for them.
I agree. No, I agree with that. I mean, that is not an intriguing story in general. That pitch of something like that, I know it's completely off the bandwagon, right? But something like Weapons, where when Weapons has that thing of it has all that viral marketing, it's like at whatever 5 a.m. kids went missing. That's how that movie made so much money because it had a great hook, right? Like, oh man, like what happened to these kids? If the hook of this is Jabba the Hutt's son is kidnapped and Mando has to save him,
I think that's a hook. I think it's a hook.
no, I'm telling you that's not a hook.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling you that is not a hook whatsoever.
People are gonna be like, "What? Jabba had a son? Oh man, we're gonna go on this Mandalorian adventure where like
They're
the
gonna be like,
Empire's
"Ooh, fuck,
involved.
ooh, yeah,
Oh, this is cool."
No, to me, again, on opposite, Rogue One, fantastic hook. Oh, those Death Star plans, how they destroyed it? This is a movie about how they got those plans. That's like, oh, fuck
That's
yeah,
a fantastic hook.
absolutely, Taylor. Destroying the Death Star. That's $1 billion movie. I'm backed up
$1 billion.
right there.
Yeah, but I feel like you crapped on that movie and whatnot. I've never heard you preach the hook.
First of all, everyone can go and listen to the first review. I gave that movie an 8 out of 10. So to say I crapped on it just because I did not love it like you think it's best, it's not. You're going off.
Isn't
And
it
I've raised
overrated?
my score. It is overrated. But secondly, the hook is just the promotion. It's just the trailers, and that to me is a good hook. Where Solo just had, hey, you want to see young Han? And everyone's like, no, not really. So that's why I just feel like with this, like, hey, you want to see Jabba's song? Not really. Like and I know they're showing Sigourney Weaver. I just don't think the hook is like they need, and that's why my worry is they need something juicy to get people back. Where I don't think I don't think they have it, and then I don't think that's gonna like. I don't know how you show that off like that. Like if that's their hook, that's on. Even the hook of to me Starfighter, if that's the plot, which sounds like it is kid is force sensitive. We got to get him from to and from. That is a hook. I'm not saying that's an amazing hook, but at least it's like, oh, okay. And it adds Ryan Gosling, right? It's like, oh, okay. You're trying to get your force sensitive nephew to Rey, whoever, right? Like that's a hook right there. Everyone could have we've never seen that perspective, right? We always see the Jedi taking the kid. What if it's the person that is in the family and the kid has to go? We get that for like small amounts. That's a hook. The hook of, okay, in this trailer there's no hook. It's just like, look at Star Wars stuff. And if the next one is we got to get Rhoda's son, or Jabba's son, I don't think that does much. I don't know. Like that's the thing. But again, maybe there's just people that I miss Star Wars. There's so much that's going to be answered in May, and luckily Avengers is gone. I just want to do a quick look of what's in May now. But yeah, Avengers being gone helps it big time in May, because before I was like, they got to move. Let's see that's around there. So May, Mortal Kombat 2, they're fine. Devil Wears Prada 2, they're fine. Mortal Kombat 2, or I said that, and Animal Friends. So May they got a lot of room to make a bunch of money, because they got The Mummy in April 17th, and then which is a different audience, and same thing, they got Michael April 24th, but that's a different audience. So really people would be saving up till then. June's tougher because you got Masters of the Universe, Spielberg movie, Pixar, or Toy Story, and Supergirl. So if there's and that's the only thing I will say you should worry about if you want this to be a hit is Toy Story 5, because I could see a few families, if they can only pick one movie to see and it is like a family of 4 to 5, like mine, which I don't because I just go see every fucking thing. And luckily, I'm in the position also we can write stuff off for the business. But if people are looking at a poster of within 3 weeks, it's Mandalorian or Toy Story, I think more people go the Toy Story route, in my opinion.
Yeah, the bigger families would, but I could see a lot of just like, oh, the one parent takes the one kid to go and see Star Wars.
Maybe, maybe not.
That's tricky.
Let's pull up this actual trailer here. See, tell me anything you missed up. I pulled it up because
What
your computer might
what
crash.
did
So
well, pause it one sec, pause it one sec. What did Toy Story 4 make at the box
billion.
office? It was a billion.
Yeah,
And Toy Story 3 was a
a
billion.
billion. Yeah. But then, obviously, it's different. But Lightyear ate it, right? But you could argue that was because the gang wasn't there. You could argue that was also a COVID movie, right? Like around, like just after COVID. So that was that time. Remember where Disney was doing all their movies like day one,
Yeah.
and then that's where I think a lot of families were like, "Oh, well, I'll just wait for it on Disney Plus." So I think that's a tough thing to gauge. It's like when people would bring up James Gunn's Suicide Squad, of like, well, we can't really gauge if that was a hit or not because it came out of time. But yeah, the last two
So
theatrical, like non-COVID times, both billion-dollar movies.
well, it's interesting because then when you look at like Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, both billion,
Billion-dollar
and Toy
movies,
Story
yeah.
3 and 4, both billions. So that's a tricky one to look at.
And you could
then.
say Lightyear and Solo are kind of equivalent, right?
That's
In the
that's
sense,
right.
yeah.
So do you think both franchises? Well, let's just say Star Wars definitely there's some contention about it being fatigue for the franchise. Do you think Toy Story could have that kind of franchise fatigue?
No, because the Disney Plus stuff they get is only like a couple shorts. I think a lot of people just wrote Lightyear off, and they weren't like me who always wanted that movie. And I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't like an all timer, but a lot of people, where's Adventures of Star Command? I want that too. But no, I think because it's like the Jurassic World thing. There's a lot of Jurassic World movies, but they come in a very like delayed, not delayed, but a finite, not finite. I'm saying every wrong word. There's not as many Jurassic Dino movies as there is superheroes movies, right? So the same thing as Toy Story. You've what? You have already 11 Star Wars movies, and then you got pelted with a bunch of shows after COVID, right? Acolyte, Skeleton Crew, Mandalorian, Boba Fett. What else? Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and that's not even the animated stuff, right? So I think that's why there's way more Star Wars stuff than Toy Story. Like I said, all the stuff is like ask Forky a question. That's like a 5 minute thing altogether. Like I don't think people watch Ask a Forky like, oh, it's too much Toy Story going on. Do you know what Ask a Forky is? Is that what you're searching out right now?
No, that was the short, right? The Toy Story.
Yeah, they were
short
just like
did.
10 like 40-second shorts of Forky being like, this is how money works. This is how a stapler works. Like that type of stuff.
Right.
And they have those other shorts on there, which are really. Have you ever watched all those shorts on there, like the Luau Party? And
No, I had no interest in
no. So the one
watching them.
the one you should watch is the Halloween one, the Toy Story Terror one or whatnot. I think that would probably be safe for Satine too. That's a fun, like there's some black and white stuff. You should watch that. That one. The rest of them are like cute enough, but that one is actually good. It's like a 22-minute episode. Like it's
Okay.
good. So, but here we go. Let's get this trailer. That shot was looking good. I like that one. This shot looking like the fucking volume all over the place. It just looks so.
This looks like the volume. I feel like it's
Bright.
like they're actually on a beach here.
Then it's all the color grading though, is what I mean. Like it just doesn't look like that in front of them should be. I'm talking about the very background. I don't know if
The
they're on
back,
beach.
it looks to me, it looks like it's actual beach. I think it's color grading.
Get some binoculars. There's
Feels
one that's
reminiscent of
separate
the
volume.
first trailer too from Mando season 1.
Got Babu Freak and Grogu, so they're definitely trying to hit up those kids and toys and everything. These shots right here are Singorny. This is not looking. Why is it so bright Why is it so bright everywhere? This is what I mean. Like this is where it doesn't look cinematically as well, in my opinion. It's just I don't know, but she's playing somebody, so Any ideas?
Oh, just some New Republic officer.
Yeah. There's Grogu.
Do you think we could see a Leia in here? Do you think they dare do a? Because I mean, they mentioned her in Ahsoka that she's kicking around. She couldn't appear at
Yeah.
Harrison Dula's court summons or whatever. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say no because I don't think they're ready to do that yet. I do think there is a future in the next 5 years where the characters get recast so they can tell stories without like a AI young Luke, and I think people might be
Sebastian
ready for that.
Stan.
I think yeah, I want Sebastian. Not sure who for Leia. I don't want Alden back for Solo. I think that would be a big mistake. I think they should go somewhere else with that. But I'll say no to Leia. I don't think they're gonna do that. What was that thing right there?
That thing, I can't remember the name of it, but that's something from we've seen before in Star Wars. I think
Jeez.
he was in Revenge of the Sith, that species, but yeah.
There you go.
He's got his Razor Crest again, which has some nice color themes on it. Zeb.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Zeb is again another character. If people thought they were lost for Ahsoka, gonna be lost again there. So there's a whole family of Babu freaks.
Yeah, which we saw in Mando, right? In
Yeah,
season
you're right.
3.
Like workshop and everything.
Rota.
There's Rhoda the Hutt. Yeah, I guess he's gonna get kidnapped, and they're gonna go. See, how's this guy getting kidnapped? This guy's looking like Bane.
You know what? He reminds me of. Play the scene here again of him. Go back like a second.
Yeah.
It's fucking Rhoda.
Yeah, Perk Rhoda. Oh, yeah. Oh man. Struggling in some popcorn.
Now those things, do you recognize what those are?
No, they look cool. I like that.
Do you
That's
remember in Mando season 3, below Mandalore, that like weird, like robotic guy with like the okay, I'll find a picture. Remember he was like harvesting the juice out of Mando, and Bo-Katan came and saved him underground under
cool?
Mandalore.
No, I don't remember
You
that. I'll have to
don't
rewatch
remember
it.
this? Okay, hang on.
I probably will try to rewatch because I liked season 1 and then I loved season 2. Season 3 was very uneven, but maybe I'll watch them with the kids again too, try and get them affiliated with it again. But no, I like the look of that, and that's where hopefully some big fun adventures can happen. I will say while Taylor's gone, because I'll go to this, the font, the title, everything. And I know you were on the opposite side. That poster's awful.
Oh, I
Just
love that poster.
no,
It just
don't do
feels
it.
100% just like a 60s, 70s kind of thing. I love how
It feels like
oldie
a
it
bad.
feels.
I like the vibe. It feels like someone did bad Photoshop to get that. I've seen
no.
them. I've seen Star Wars and even episodes of Mandalorian do that better. This felt like again a thrown together like, oh fuck, we can Jimmy Kimmel. People are mad. Let's get there. Here's the poster. That poster is not good. I'm surprised as a
love it.
graphic
I really
designer
love
you
it.
like that one because that
I love how old it feels. That vintage just feels
It
like that
doesn't-
classic
but
Mandalorian vibe.
That's the thing to me. It doesn't. It looks like a new old, like a new thing trying to be old. Where other times they've had it actually look old. So I just, it's not a fan of that. But yeah, we're still waiting for more.
So
on this guy.
here's the
You're gonna have to kill my trailer, aren't you?
remove
Wow.
ad. So remember this guy?
No.
You don't remember this fucking
No,
guy?
I don't. Mandalorian season 3 is meh.
I'm surprised you don't remember this dude with the one eye. Here is a better shot. He was in the big robot thing fighting Bo-Katan underground.
Oh, nice, cool.
Um,
a little now. It's
And then
trying to remember a
after
little bit.
after he like harvested Mando underneath and he was like going back to his den, and after his machine broke down, he was like he's got his eye here. He was like sucking the juice out of Mando. Anyways, he's looking mighty similar to the little group here. These guys look very, very similar. I could be totally wrong. Could be
They're
totally
looking for
wrong.
their juice,
but
their
they
man.
they very much look like it. And I wouldn't be surprised if like we're gonna be on Mandalore after the fallout of season 3. We know Mandalorians have taken it back, so maybe Mando's going around underground doing some purging and eliminating all these bad guys. So yeah.
I remember when they did this whole storyline that Mandalorian was supposed to wake up from like realizing he was in a cult, but then he just decided to rejoin the cult. Just another episode.
This is the way.
Got some like Revenge of the Sith.
Couldn't tell you who that
stadium
alien
fighting
is.
going.
Yeah. Your favorite scene coming up here?
You gotta. Once I showed you the images, you knew what I was putting down because something.
This just
about-
looks good. I like how it looks. Look at that view count. Did you see that view count just shoot up? Holy shit.
That's on Star Wars, not
Oh,
IGN.
okay.
And I looked for fucking Rise of Skywalker last time was 57 million. So 8 million, 57 million. They go, no, man, this looks like I said before, and we'll go out. This looks like those apps when they're like, you can put anything on your photo. Look at the
Oh,
way that's
no.
moving.
It
Oh
looks
my
good.
God.
I
Oh
like
my
how it looks.
God. I can't. There were biases in here with the poster. With this, I can't trust you
Oh,
with this.
no,
These
this looks good. And the way they camouflage this heavy amount of CGI too by using the snow, the dirt, and the they camouflage. And this is what you want to do. It's like with Jurassic Park. You got the
They
T-Rex moving around in
camouflaging
CGI.
anything right
You got to
there.
camouflage
No,
it.
look at
so
that middle one. This is literally like, you want to be in Star Wars? Get our app, and you can put AT-ATs there.
I think it looks great. There's so much detail, like when they're walking, you can see the like poofs off their feet. There's just a lot of nice little detail in there. Even this logo, I love the logo too.
Oh, it's just something's off about it. It feels like fan generated.
That's the
ones,
worst CGI in the whole trailer is this rat creature.
but no, it's still the AT-ATs by a mile. You know, that one's better than that. But yeah, we'll see. They announced Ludwig. I remember the wrong thing. They announced Ludwig is going to come back because he didn't score season 3. So I'm excited by that. So yeah, I luckily for me, I'm gonna just go buy a bunch of big, bags of corn for me and the girls. We're gonna watch this, have a good time. I think from that perspective, it's gonna be a fun time. Maybe not Logan. Maybe Logan's gonna be sass, but I think she'll end up liking it. Maybe not as much as Superman. She fucking loves Superman, but we're gonna enjoy that. So I know I'll have a good time, but as an actual movie, I don't know. I'm expecting I'm being generous by saying 7, but I think I'm really expecting like a 6. I don't know. That's what I'm expecting there. And but yeah, I can't wait to see box office and how it does. But yeah, that trailer did nothing for me with the fanfare, the posters, this trailer. It didn't get me more excited. Hopefully the next trailer does, but clearly it got you more excited.
Got me more excited. I just love the idea of just a big adventure on the big screen of Mando just doing what he does. He's on the hunt for Imperial warlords working for the New Republic. I like that. And then all of a sudden you got the dynamic of him looking for Road of the Hutt involved in there too. So it's just that's all I want right now is to get Star Wars on the big screen, and I get to enjoy Mando, which I already love, and I get to see Grogu. And if there's any kind of takeaway here, it's that most people aren't, if they haven't caught up with the show and they haven't followed all the episodes, but maybe they watched that first season, they really liked it, but they haven't gotten around to watching the other stuff. They don't know all the in-depth intricacies about Grogu leaving and then coming back.
No.
So that's
and
okay.
Probably most of them don't. If with that camp might not care. Maybe they did. Maybe those are people. Maybe that's why season 3 went away. I don't know. Maybe people are like, oh, he's back already. So we'll see. So yeah, and then the 2 other trailers we had here just to throw in quickly because we will be reviewing this show is It Welcome to Derry, and then I just threw in The Bride because, like I said, I got enough news for Travis to more that I don't need it, but I also want your opinion because obviously you're a big monster movie guy. They're having big comebacks. We had Nosferatu last year and lots of vampire stuff going on. We got Werewolf coming out with Robert Eggers, but you got The Mummy next year. So obviously this is Frankenstein's monster and The Bride, but a very different, like visually and just the time period. It looks like it's somewhat more modern day. You got them using guns, and then you also got It Welcome Derry was our first full trailer. So yeah, how you feeling about these 2 horror ones? It premieres October 26th, which again I'll say stupid date. I understand that they probably want the first episode of week of Halloween. To me, all of October is like Halloweenish. Like because then to me, even then it's like in Halloween, maybe people binge a bunch of episodes. I don't know. I would love to ask them their strategy of not dropping in early October, but it is dropping October 26th, and then it ends in Christmas. So yeah, and then the Bride's not out till March, but obviously stat cast directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, but Jake Gyllenhaal's in there. Buckley, Bale, there's somebody else too. But yeah, what are you feeling about these 2 trailers on the horror side? And in spooky season, you watching spooky movies yet?
I wanted to watch Monster House, but Madison thinks it's a little too adult for Satine, so
I think so for what you guys watch. Emily's not gonna let me put on Goosebumps while we pumpkin carve, so you guys are lucky. We're gonna put on like very.
Oh no, we'll all outvote her. She won't have a say.
No, she's like, if she can't even watch this, we're not. So it's gonna be like fucking Winnie the Pooh and stuff. But that's okay. We'll got Halloween music, but
put on scary movie. But I think The Bride, when it comes to these fantastical, freaky Halloweeny monsters, Frankenstein was never really like up there for me. Like I
It's not
like
your
the
guy.
stories, but he's not really my guy. I'm werewolves, vampires, zombies,
But
ghouls,
it's Christian
ghosts, that kind
Bale
of
though
stuff.
playing him now, though.
Which was, seeing him rocking the big forehead and all that is like this is something. I'm
He's
very
not.
interested.
I like that Jessie Buckley's playing the bride, and she's like, got a smudge, some weird makeup, and the big wig, but she's still just looking like a good-looking woman. Like you wouldn't know. I'm sure her skin's very. Like I'm sure there's differences, right? But it's like
You're not
you.
doing a double take of her, but you are with
Oh
Bale.
yeah, you might just think she like works somewhere funky and she's still like a good-looking woman. Bale, you're like he's standing out like a sore thumb. The
Oh
bulbs, the
yeah.
forehead, the nose, the stitches, like he ain't hiding.
No. So yeah, that's I Bale doesn't disappoint. Doesn't disappoint. So I think he's probably had a lot of fun doing a role like this, and I am interested. Like my favorite Frankenstein story is probably the one from Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman when he's just like he's a good guy and Dracula's trying to capture him and use his life source to power and like birth all of his vampire babies and whatnot. So
This Frankenstein monster, remember, it's Frankenstein's monster. Don't make the mistake.
right, I always just call him Frankenstein. Yeah,
But he might be the good guy.
he might be the good guy. Oh, what the hell? There
Can't answer that
was an old Young Frankenstein. I remember my mom rented that because she
Oh,
always
it's like a
sounded.
comedy one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't a fan when I was younger, but I should give it another shot and see what it's like because I think it's Mel Brooks. I think.
Um, why am I reading Jacob Elordi? What does Jacob Elordi have to do with this?
Well, he's in the right. I forgot we got the Guillermo del Toro one. He's playing Frankenstein's monster in that one.
Oh, from Boris Karloff to Jacob Elordi. Oh, I was reading it. Weird. Okay.
I see. But yeah, he's you did Taylor better not be lying. Taylor did confirm he would see that if we got he'd review it if we got in theaters. I have it on the calendar too.
Yeah, you know what? Unless the baby is born that day, I should be there.
I would hope not. That's very early. So I hope
Yeah.
not. So it's
Hope
only
not.
October. It's mid-October. So
Yeah. So I mean, I am interested. I am interested.
but not a for sure theater watch yet. I bet.
With this one, no. I mean, I think one Frankenstein. I'm okay with one Frankenstein at a time. We'll space it out. Like it's just again, it's not a story I'm running to. I think once you see it once, then it's kind of like adapted in other ways. But it's just
The Bride
yeah.
comes out March 6th, so it's the week before, or it's 2 weeks before Project Hail Mary, and same day as Pixar's Hoppers. But
Ooh.
Hoppers and The Bride, I don't think are going to share the same audience, so I think they're okay.
Project Hail Mary. Now that's a fucking movie I want to see.
We'll be there. I got it on the calendar. I'll be there too. So, and what about it?
This trailer was really really awesome. It felt a lot more just story based. Like you just totally forget that there's even like Pennywise the clown involved at all in this trailer to the very last little bit. And it just feels dark. It feels like our heroes are gonna lose in this. It does not feel like it's gonna go well for anyone. And I'm really really. I'm so happy that they got Skarsgård back as Pennywise. It's just I am so happy. Like that's always on our rotation every Halloween is It Chapter 1. Chapter 2 like we it's hit or miss. We'll put it on sometimes, maybe we won't. It is what it is, but that first one is so good. It's just an absolute staple. Which, funny enough, that's actually when you guys first met Madison when we were doing we saw It in the theaters and we did the review. That was the first movie I took her to with the
okay.
GeekVerse crew. But yeah, so when it comes to this show, like I'm fucking sold. I just can't wait. And like I said, with the trailer, you don't get the gist, the feeling that it is Pennywise related. You get the feeling that it's tackling racism and just the times and what this family
1962, yeah.
yeah, what this family's going to be dealing with. And that's just there's the residualness of that involved in the actual movie It Chapter 1, but it's much more lesser. but it's just that kind of aesthetic is just what Pennywise just as a villain he leeches and lashes onto and just like siphons that dark kind of negativity and it feeds off of it and just grows. And so that, and you get like a brief little scene of it looks like his like comet thing crashing down on Earth too.
Yeah,
So I'm
surprised. Yeah, how far? Like I imagine. I don't know if there's gonna be a segment, or I wonder if there'll be. I don't think there'd be a whole episode dedicated to it, but there
just
definitely
like
looks like they're
a
gonna get into the
bit,
origins of it.
which I'm stoked. I can't wait to see that. I think that's gonna be super cool. And then even then when it shows like the military like asking questions about like 25 missing kids, like okay, that'd be
Did you see
cool to
he was
see
in that
like some.
military?
No,
James Remar. It looks like he's a part of the military. Good old
I need
yeah.
to see a
If you look
face.
at that trailer, Harry's there. So
Oh, I did see him. Yes.
yeah. Hopefully they tie it together, and if WWE does get bought by Paramount, they can have Dexter fight Pennywise and get him
Fuck.
on the kill table. You
There you
know.
go. Holy shit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the good thing is with because the original series didn't do that. Like the book does a lot, but the original series with John Ritter did not, and Tim Curry did not do that much. And then the movies hinted about like, well, the town's like rotten too, kind of almost like Pennywise is in the sewer. He's at the core of a city or a town, and it almost permeates throughout wherever he is, right? So it's almost like that gets rotten because he's there. So I think with this, they're going to explore that a lot more because I don't know how much Skarsgård is in this. Between the teaser and this trailer and the poster, we've only seen him 3 times. So I don't know if it's going to be something that he's used sparingly in each episode, or if it's going to be somewhere there's going to be like he's gonna be like in one episode like a lot, and it's just building up to him. I really don't know. So I think that's smart with they're showing lots of different creatures and things of their imagination. But the idea of the town, something's wrong with the town, I think that's a smart move to do, and I don't think they can use Bill as much. And yeah, it's interesting to be another time period. I think there's some stuff that looks a little TV wise. I'm not sure effects wise how it's going to hold up, but I am excited for this because I am somebody that I really love the original series as well. I loved how long it takes. So to me, this is like inkling back to that where you can meet these kids and really take time with them and do some stuff, you know. So but yeah, them showing the asteroid hit, I was like, okay, I don't know how long they're gonna dive into the origin, but the fact that they do it all, I think is kind of fun because they did that already in It One by showing all these clippings from years and decades ago of him always being there, right? So yeah, I think there's some potential there. So everything I'm seeing with this looks good. Looks like it'll be a fun. Obviously, could be a bit tougher because it's like a series, so it's not like an easy watch. But I'm somebody that every couple I was almost watched it again last night. I didn't. I put on Bram Stoker's Dracula, but I looked at my letterbox and I just watched it a year ago. So I agree that it's my rotation, but I'm trying to hold off a little bit because I'm try to watch some movies I haven't seen in a while or some horror movies I haven't seen. Because usually what happens is I watch all my usual suspects and then I don't watch anything new or anything I haven't seen. Well, I'm like, oh, so I'm trying this year to watch some newer stuff. But yeah, and then the the Bride. I'm really excited for this. For me, this is gonna be. I think I'll see this in theaters unless it's very, very terribly reviewed or life gets in the way. But I love the visual style. I think they're going here, and at least this is like, don't get me wrong. I love Nosferatu, but that was you sit down, like Edgar says, he's gonna tackle or adapt the book very well. When you sit down Nosferatu, you didn't know how Bill Skarsgård was gonna play him. You didn't know the visuals, everything, but you kind of knew the story from point A to point B how it was gonna go, right? If you know the story of Nosferatu, Dracula, all that stuff, where you go, okay, we know how this is going to end. We know the certain beats. Where this looks like it's definitely just taking the concept of, okay, it's Frankenstein's monster, the bride. They wake her up and they're together, but they look like they're kind of like doing like a Bonnie and Clyde thing going on. They're running around beating people up. So yeah, I think visually, like even at the end, I love the throwback where it's just like her head in like a some water bowl, and it looks like it's like a classic monsters movie. So my only thing is I hope that the movie is as stylized as the trailer. Like not exactly, because the movie should still be not just like a trailer. Like it should have some obviously story, through point. Shouldn't be like what the Suicide Squad was in 2016, where it just feels like a movie version of a trailer. But yeah, I'm there for Bale. I still think I have Yeah, I think is my number one. Bale's still, to me, the greatest actor of all time. And even this looks like he's doing something different he hasn't done before. So, and I like Jesse Buckley. And I don't know if they're going to have any scenes together, but I said this in the Discord, I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal and Christian Bale have ever been in a movie together. So that's like an intriguing duo. And yeah, it's fun tying it all back together. Like Maggie Gyllenhaal and Bale did The Dark Knight together. And now she's directing a movie and he's in that. So yeah, I will very likely be there. And, I do think they maybe should have put this in the fall. I know it's not going to probably be like a traditional horror movie, but putting in March is kind of odd to me. I don't know how it's going to do there. So, yeah, we'll see and go from there. But anything else there you want to mention that we haven't?
I thought I had something earlier, but no, it's gone. It's eluded me.
Well, there you go. Well, sir, thank you for joining me on this catch-up episode. But like I said, I wanted you there to pick some Mandalorian because Travis told you, of course, is just my thoughts. But I wanted the other side. It was a big trailer, so yeah, we'll be back for news will be like this, whether it's on Travis told you sporadic, and yeah, lots of casts come throughout the week. And I promise you, it'll not be boring.